Okay guys, welcome back. Last part, and that is to prepare a labour budget, part E. Excuse me. The labour budget is just a budget which tells you how much you'll have to spend on wages for the people who work to produce the items that you're producing, in this case the gold star and the silver star. So, heading again, labour budget. Oops. Labour budget. Okay, and again we're back to the gold star and silver star columns, because we're going to figure out how much you had to pay people to produce gold star and how much you had to pay to produce silver star. Okay, so these two columns. Okay, so the first thing we're going to start with is, well, if you want to find out how much you're going to pay to produce gold star, you need to know first of all how much of the gold stars you're going to produce. So we go back up to your production budget here, and we said you're going to produce 1,430 of the gold star, 1,740 of the silver star. So that's what we're going to start with. 1,430 I said, I think, and 1,740, and we call that budgeted production. Okay, so the next thing is we ordinarily pay people, when we're paying them a wage, we pay them per hour. So in order to find out how many hours of wages that we are going to be paying, then we first need to find out how many hours it's going to take to produce all of these gold stars and all of these silver stars. So over here there should be more information, just underneath this box here, the direct labour time in hours, how long it takes to make one gold star and how long it takes one person to make one silver star. So 8 hours for a gold star, 5 hours for a silver star. So we're going to put down 8 hours here, 5 hours here, and we're going to multiply. So for every one of these gold stars it takes 8 hours. So for 1,430 of them we're going to multiply by 8 to get the total amount of time. So we're going to say, we'll call that labour hour, direct labour hours, I suppose. Direct labour hour per unit. Okay, so multiplying that out gives me, let me see now, 11,440 hours, and over here 5 of them would be 8,700 hours. Okay, I hope I don't run out of room here. So the next thing is, if that's how many hours people will spend working on the gold stars, well, we're going to pay them a certain amount per hour, and there's just one figure. No matter whether you're working on the gold star or the silver star, you're being paid €9 per hour. So we're going to multiply all those hours by €9. €9, and that's, I suppose, the wage rate per hour. Labour rate, wage rate. Hour. Okay, so again, if I multiply them out, this is going to take me a second. 2,960 I get. Okay, in euros. Okay, and over here if I multiply this, so 378, isn't it? Okay, and then what I would ordinarily do as well is I would total the two of these, so I would add them together to get the total wages. So total labour cost, we'll call it. So adding the two of them together, what are we talking about? I'll go over here a bit. Okay, so 181,260. So I'm going to ask you in a moment to to try a few of these questions, just bear in mind they should all be exactly the same as the one we've done, except for one extra thing. The material usage budget, I mentioned it earlier, that sometimes, in this case, they just asked you to do the material usage budget. No, sorry, it was the material purchases budget. They just asked you to do it in units, but sometimes they'll ask you to do it in units and in euros. So if it was in units and in euros, well, then there would be 2 extra lines after this final line here. And the extra lines would be, you'd take the amount that you were going to purchase, you'd multiply by, they would have to give you a figure for, like, if it was €1 per gram, you'd multiply by 1, or if it was €6 per gram, you'd multiply by 6, and that would give you the total euro cost of your purchases, as opposed to the amount of material that you're going to purchase.